Guys, it's been such a long time since I did a video, and I suddenly felt very inspired because everyone's sitting at home, including myself, and I just thought I would share my current makeup routine with you. So if you want to know some of the products that I'm using and how I'm trying to take care of myself despite being stuck indoors, then just keep watching. So I've already used my Clinique clarifying lotion, which is fabulous for exfoliating the skin. I'm then going to use their dramatically different moisturising lotion. This is for people with dry skin. I think it's dry to very dry. I'm just applying that all over. Please excuse the turban. I'm then going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Wonderglow primer. Just give that a good shake before you use it because it's an incredibly slack formula, so sometimes it tends to separate a bit in the bottle. So I'm just sort of focusing that on the centre of my face and sweeping it outwards. I think this makes the skin look really nice just on its own, but I like to follow it up with her foundation, and this is the Light Wonder foundation in shade 2 Fair. I actually colour matched this online, which I don't normally do because I think you could easily end up spending money on a shade that then isn't the right colour. But I don't know, must have just gotten really lucky with this one. So I like to use a generous amount. This is such a nice daytime foundation because it's got SPF 15, which is fairly adequate this time of year. We're not obviously getting tons of sun right now, so that's all right. So I just think it's a good daytime foundation, and as you'll see as I apply it, it doesn't cover everything. It doesn't sort of cover every blemish and imperfection, but I like that. I think in a daytime foundation, if you're not going out anywhere, like on a night out or anything like that, you don't need tons of coverage or, you know, a mattifying foundation or anything like that. You just want something that's going to inject some youth and some radiance to your skin, and that's really what this foundation is for. It's definitely a radiant foundation. If your skin is maybe oily, I don't know that I'd recommend it, but you might prefer her Hollywood Flawless foundation to this one if you have an oily skin. Brilliant. Now that that's blended in, I'm going to use another Charlotte Tilbury product, and that's the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher in shade 1 Fair. They don't have these in a lot of shades, but I think if you go on her website, depending on what foundation shade you are, it will tell you the appropriate concealer. So I'm just putting that under my eyes. And I don't like to use too much, and I like to take it really into the inner corner because I think sometimes people neglect that area, but really that's kind of where the darkness can focus. I'm just putting a smidge around my nose, and then I did have a breakout here, so I've got a little bit of redness. And then I'm taking the Real Techniques setting brush, which would normally be used to apply powder. I do have one for powder, but I think it works so well with concealers just to blend out a concealer. It's perfect. Probably noticed that my background is a little bit different in here. That's because I'm in my new bedroom. So I now have a dressing table, which I love. Never had like a proper makeup area, and now I do, and I just love it. Don't know how I've lived without it all this time. So I'm now going to go in with my bronzer, and I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm using my Hoola bronzing brush just to really give a nice natural finish. The bigger the brush, the more natural I think it looks, because you get more of a sweep of colour rather than sort of strips of dark, which you would get with a smaller brush. But it really depends on what look you want. If you want a more contoured, defined look, then definitely go with a smaller brush. But yeah, this is fabulous for sweeping colour over the forehead and over the cheeks, just to sort of warm up your skin. I'm just sort of taking that around my neck and jawline. Just gonna make sure that it's nice and blended. Next, I'm going to just groom my brows. Please excuse, this is just dreadful that I'm using this instead of like a proper brush, but I haven't been able to get out to go anywhere to buy one, and I haven't done an order on Feel Unique where I could get one, so I'm just using the end of an old product. I'm going to use my Naked Ultimate Basics palette, and I'm really going to stick with these colours on the bottom, on the top even. I'm going to apply some eyeshadow primer from Urban Decay. I got this as a free sample, and I haven't used it for years. I think I ran out and I just never got around to replacing it, but I do love this product. You'll know from all my previous videos that the eyeshadow primer potion from Urban Decay was always a massive staple in my makeup bag, but somehow I've gone a few years without using it. I'm gonna take the highlight shade in that palette, which you can see I use quite frequently. It's called Blow, and I'm just applying that in the inner corners. And I'm also going to put it on the brow bone as well. Super natural, you know what I mean. So I'm now just going to clean off this brush. So this is the Sigma Blending E25 brush. And I'm gonna take Tempted, which is this colour here, which is a really nice taupey grey colour. And I'm popping that into my socket. And I'm just doing windscreen wiper motions back and forth. And then the same on the other side. So always start in that outer corner like this, and then just really sweep it in. This is just going to open up the eye, give you bigger eyes. And then I'm going to take my Sigma E40 brush, which is this really lovely fluffy brush. And I'm just going to repeat the same action, so sort of the windscreen wiper motions, but I'm really going to blend this out. And same on the other side. I think that's nicely blended. Now, like I said, guys, this is a super simple look. It's very day-to-day, very understated. I'm now going to go in with, I think I'm going to take Instinct, which is the purplish shade. I really love a taupey eye look. I think it's so attractive, especially on brown eyes and green eyes. I think it just sits really well. And if you like cool tones as well, it's going to be perfect for that. So have you guys been watching any good shows on Netflix? And if you have, please tell me in the comments below. I also started watching, I can't remember quite what it's called, but it's something CJ Walker, and it's about the first African-American woman in the States to make $1 million. And it's amazing, and it's all about cosmetics. Well, cosmetics. It started out with hair products, and she created her own hair grower, it was called, and it's like basically like a hair mask that we would use today, but obviously for African American women. And she was selling out, she had to make more, and then she opened a salon, and it's about her journey. But it's actually quite sad, because when I looked her up on the internet, there's not a huge amount about her, and her company stopped trading in the 80s, so anyone of our generation wouldn't have ever known her products or seen them on the shelves or anything like that. So I thought that was really sad, but it's still super interesting. Oh, by the way, I just applied the purple one on my bottom lash line. So I'm going to go in with my trusted Body Shop white eyeliner, and I'm applying that in the bottom waterline. Now I'm going to go in with my Monsieur Big Lancôme mascara. I love this mascara, it's amazing. I'm using a sample one, but I do have a full-size one in my drawer, but I'm just using this one up first. So before I curl my lashes, before I apply mascara, I'm going to curl my lashes. This is the Tweezerman curler. I got them off Amazon. And they're rose gold, which, I mean, who doesn't love anything that's rose gold? I really wanted the Charlotte Tilbury ones, but they were like £18, which actually for an eyelash curler probably isn't bad, but I only paid like £9 for these, so she couldn't really compete, could she? So, I'm going to wiggle that brush to really get every lash. What I love about this product is it does last all day. Like some mascaras tend to sort of flake. Oh, just splodged it. There we go, and then on the bottom, there we go. You can see how gorgeous and long they are. Right, we're going to move on to our blush. I've started saying blush like I'm American. I'm going to use my lovely Charlotte Tilbury palette. This one is the Glowgasm face palette, and it has a highlighter, a multi-glow, a blush and a bronzer. I don't like the bronzer in this palette, I have to be honest. It's just way too pale for me. But they do a darker version of this palette, so I reckon next time I'd probably get that. But you can see I've used the highlighter a lot, but I love the blush in this, so I'm going to take that just on a Spectrum A04 brush, and I'm just going to pop that on the apples of my cheeks. This is a really illuminating blush. Which again works really well if you've used her foundation. You really want that luminosity, then I highly recommend this palette. Now you could use the highlighter in this palette, and I for one do like the highlighter, but I'm just really feeling like I really want to glow today, so I'm going to use, when I locate it of course, I'm using my Real Techniques fan brush, and I'm going to use the Persona Cosmetics Cali Glow highlighter in Zuma. So you can't buy this here in England. She is an indie brand, so that means that she's not part of a big company like Estee Lauder or L'Oreal or anything like that. She's completely self-made. She started out as a makeup artist. Her name's Sona Gasparian, and she ended up designing her own makeup line, which I, for one, absolutely adore. And she made these highlighters, and they are unbelievably pigmented. If I just rub my finger in that, check out that highlighter. It's just insane. So you only need the tiniest amount. So I'm literally just wiggling my brush, patting off the excess, but look at that payoff you get. It's crazy. I just love her highlighters. So if you are ever in the States, obviously you can't go there now, but if ever you are in the States, I highly recommend all of her products. I've got her eyeliner, I've got both her palettes, I've got her lip glosses. They're incredible, and they're not that expensive because she's just a one-man band. All her prices are super competitive. There we go. I love a bit of glow, I really do. Finally, for lips, I'm going to use one of my favourite lipsticks of the moment, and that is Secret Salma by Urban Decay. Not Urban Decay, Charlotte Tilbury. I'm a bit of a Charlotte Tilbury addict, in case you hadn't noticed. I love this colour because it's just, I don't know, I just love it, and I think it suits me quite well. It might, if you have very pale skin, it might wash you out a little bit, but definitely if you're sort of maybe mid-tone, etc., it's just perfect. I'm just applying it straight from the bullet. Like that. Love it. And that's my makeup tutorial for you today. I hope that you enjoyed tuning in with me. I obviously have yet to do my hair, but I'm going to do that off camera. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed watching this. I know it's been a really long time since I did a video, but I've got so much time because I can't work at the moment, obviously. And so, yeah, just let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be doing another one sooner rather than later, obviously depending on your feedback. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the look, and hopefully see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.